the old man is dead. My old man died. He died a very miserable, painful death. And I told him my last words, goodbye, good riddance. The Bible says, put off the old man and put on the new man. Romans 6:6 says, our old man was crucified with him, with Christ. Galatians 2:20 says, I am crucified with Christ. Nevertheless, I live. The life I live now, I live by the faith of the Son of God who died for me and he gave himself for me. What does that mean? When Jesus died, I died, you died. When Jesus resurrected, I resurrected, you resurrected. What do I mean by that? Romans 5:12 says, by one man, first Adam, sin entered into the world. By one man, Jesus Christ, grace abound to many. The Bible says in Romans 5:19, by one man's disobedience, which is the first Adam, many were made sinners. By one man's obedience with Jesus, the entire world was made righteous through him. Grace abounded more. This verse means that when Adam fell, we all fell and we all had a spiritual death. We died spiritually. But when Jesus died, he dealt with the old man and now we became a new man. But you cannot become a new man automatically. You have to be born again. You have to be saved. That's why if you're not saved, you have the old man, the old sinful nature. But when you're born again, Romans 10:9, when you confess Jesus is Lord, you become saved. Now you are putting off the old Adam with his deeds and you're taking upon the new man, which is renewed after the image of him, Jesus. This is powerful. Jesus dealt with the old man. Now I dealt with my old man. You need to deal with your old man. Colossians 3:9-10, it's powerful. It says, put off the old man with his old deeds. Put all the Adam deeds, Adam's sinful nature, Adam thinking, put it off. And that's why it says, and put on a new man, which is Jesus. Put on everything of Jesus. Walk like Jesus. Think like Jesus. Command like Jesus. And which is renewed in the knowledge after the image of him that created him. Now you look like Jesus. When people see you, they need to see Jesus. They don't need to see Adam. The old man was dead. When Jesus died, he died. When Jesus rose, he did not rise with the old man. He killed him. And he buried him and stayed in hell. But Satan keeps on telling you, don't forget the old man. You need to bring him back. That's why we keep on thinking like Adam. We still talk like Adam. But Adam has been dealt with. We killed him when we got born again. But why we resurrect him again? The old man was crucified. That is the first thing you need to know. He was finished. He was dealt with. He was destroyed.